Hey everybody, and welcome to Don't Copy That Floppy. I'm your host Lex.
I'm your other host Dan. We're your weekly video game news podcast here on Chipbit Radio, broadcasting off of chipbit.net. We've just reported on general video game news, games that are coming out, games that already came out, game news, game industry news.
Games that might come out.
Games that might come out.
Vis-a-vis Kickstarter.
Ooh. You can find us all over social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're on iTunes, we're on Steam. We're Don't Copy That Floppy on all those places except for Twitter, where we are at DCTF Podcast. We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Dan, play some soundboard right now.
I'm going to play you a whole bunch of soundboard right now.
Play the song of your people.
I hope you enjoy it. Did everybody like that?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
Who doesn't like random
It was
air horn?
Tokyo Game Show. I think it still technically is Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I think that's still going
for like
on.
one more day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we got lots of news about that.
Yeah, I think a lot more news came out of TGS this year than PAX.
I think that's
As far
true.
as like interesting game announcements and
totally.
things. Yeah. So that's cool.
We've also got a release date for a cool game.
Release dates for a bunch of cool games.
Oh.
Some of them were disappointing release dates, though.
We got some games being delayed. We got new news from Nintendo on their management. We've got... Oh, wait, I didn't have anything else. What else do we have?
Well, we have some Kickstarter info. And we have... most of what I got here is just, like, game content and, like, game release announcements from TGS of, like, new things, updates on old things, all sorts of stuff. But most of it's really, really cool. So I figure we should just jump into this Kickstarter that we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think.
2 weeks, yeah, probably.
2 weeks ago.
That's probably right.
Take us into this one.
Oh, did you ever play Divinity Original Sin?
I didn't.
Oh, it was amazing. So good.
Maybe I'll play this one.
Maybe this one.
Since it's triple funded.
Yeah. So the developers had kickstarted Divinity Original Sin to great success, and then released it on Steam to great success. And they decided they want to go back to Kickstarter for a sequel. Their reasoning being that they had all sorts of amazing additional features, like 4-player co-op and like all this stuff that they wanted to implement, and they just needed some extra funds to do that. So they set the amount at $500,000. It made its goal within like the first couple of days, which is when we first reported on it. But as
people really dig the first game, so
totally. So as of now, with 11 days left to go on its Kickstarter, it has 1,522,740 something. Such money.
Such money. Like we said before the show, they're not too far off from... they have 11 days left, and they're not too far off from the next stretch goal, which is full mod support.
Which would be pretty sweet.
Which would be really cool.
Because they already have a level editor.
Right.
That was for the first game. That was going to come back.
So if it already has a level editor, especially, throwing full mod support in there would be so tasty.
Oh, so good.
And then after that, we have more and more vague stretch goals. Like, what's the one? It's the one. Love and hate, a fine romance, or a bitter rivalry. That sounds worth my $1.75 million.
But at $1.85 million, you can get shape-shifting mask.
For when two faces are nearly enough.
Whoa.
These are actually, I think, some of the vaguest stretch goals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
But it's weird because some of the stretch goals are very obvious what they are.
Yeah, like dedicated mod support.
And then at 2
Game
mil...
Master mode.
Yeah, which we pretty much know what that is, and that would be sweet.
Yeah. Maybe they're just banking on Game Master mode, pushing them through those other ones. Or people just being interested in the mystery. Like Peter Molyneux, Project Curiosity.
Ugh.
You know, that thing that guy won that thing for. The thing that he won that he totally got for winning Project Curiosity. Speaking of Kickstarter games, how about that Mighty No.9?
Oh, were you unhappy that Mighty No.9 was delayed until 2016? Don't worry, they said there was a demo coming out to make up for the fact that it was delayed, but unfortunately that demo was also delayed. So we found out on September 16th via Destructoid.
Yes. So the official blog said that the trial version had a good chance of missing launch that day, the 16th, when it was supposed to come out, because of issues with the distribution method. Which sounds like a complete non-excuse to me.
I thought it was just being digitally distributed.
I think originally it was.
And I can understand that. So let's say if there's a digital distribution problem, then you're not getting things uploaded properly, so they can't get downloaded properly. That's fair, but that's like a problem with a server that within a day will be fixed.
Right.
So, but they're delaying this longer than that.
Yeah, they say in this other article I have from Polygon from today, the 18th, they also clarify that the demo is finished and ready to go, but they decided to switch distribution methods to the Humble Bundle store as a result of feedback about preferring to have a demo that is not time-limited and is DRM-free.
They could have gone GOG.
Yeah, or they could have just released the regular demo like they were gonna.
On their website or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I understand if their website can't handle that kind of traffic. That's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, Humble Bundle, they got their junk together.
Yeah.
Like, then nobody else has problems getting their stuff up there.
This whole project has been really badly managed.
Oh, totally. I mean, just the fact that you're going to switch your distributor at the last minute.
Well, that's the thing. Everything they've done with this game has been at the last minute.
Yep.
They don't give anyone any forewarning about this stuff. The day the demo was supposed to come out, they said, "Oh, we're probably going to miss it, you guys. Sorry." That's not professional at all. And I mentioned it when the Red Ash Kickstarter went up, that I didn't like that this Kickstarter had gone up before Mighty No.9 even came out.
Yeah.
And this only further, and this Destructoid article says the same thing, this only further, this reinforces my feelings on that. Because now this game has been delayed, and the apology for the delay has been delayed. So what's going to happen next? Is the game just going to get canceled a week before its release date?
Oh my god. That's gonna happen.
Can you imagine?
I'm predicting it right now.
Because they bungled this so badly, and I can't believe, now especially, that they had the gall to put up another Kickstarter in the middle of all of this, before Mighty No.9 was even out.
They're just molyneuxing so hard.
They're molyneuxing it so hard right now. Oh my god.
Somewhere in the UK, Molyneux was reading these news articles being like, good idea, guys. Yeah. That's my kind of developer.
And I've also said this before, but I wanted to affirm to myself my feelings on this. So I watched E3 gameplay of Mighty No.9 from this year, because I hadn't watched gameplay of it in a long time. I still think the game looks boring. I don't even think it looks interesting.
Yeah.
You can show me Mega Man, I'll be like, that looks cool. That looks fun. It looks like Mega Man, but somehow with none of the charm.
Well, it looks like a Mega Man clone.
Yeah, it looks like a cheap, knockoff of Mega Man.
Yeah.
And even in the way the characters move, and the particle effects, and the color palette, and the designs, all of it just looks cheap and uncreative. I don't like it. It really, and it bugs me. I don't want to feel that way about it, but every time I look at it, I'm just like, it's so bland. Ugh. And then it keeps getting delayed. So it's why should I care? For what reason should I care anymore? Tell me, Keiji Inafune.
Tell me.
Tell me. Please tweet at us. We should tweet Keiji Inafune. Be like, why should I care about Mighty No.9 anymore?
Yeah, that'll fit.
You've hurt me too many times. Nintendo has also delayed something.
I heard about this, yes.
I just heard about this because my girlfriend waved her phone at me from across the room to show me. The co-developed by Nintendo and Platinum Games Star Fox game, Star Fox Zero for Wii U, is going to miss its holiday 2015 release. It has been delayed till 2016.
Sadness.
And a non-specific time in 2016.
Ooh.
To further polish the game.
Now, I had actually read a tweet from Anthony Carboni And he had said he was glad this was getting delayed because he had played it at E3 and
it did not
something.
Feel...
He said that it seemed super, super unpolished. And he was just like, yeah, I think that if they want to take some extra time with this, that's probably a good idea.
It's surprising to me on one hand, though, because, I mean, I'm glad, if it is that unpolished, I'm glad they're going to fix it up before release, but when the new Zelda game was delayed to 2016, a lot of people were really upset, but were like, oh, at least we're getting Star Fox.
Yeah, that's
true.
But
now, what Wii U game is there this year to buy?
Oh, that's true, there's like nothing. Oh, wait, there's Mario Maker?
So what?
Yeah, I know,
I'm sorry, so what?
It's a very niche title.
I don't see the hype around that game. It's a Mario level editor.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun little additional thing.
People are going to be bored with it in a few weeks.
Exactly. It's not in the status of a AAA title.
It's
like
well put together for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like what I've watched of it, there's a lot going on in it. It's well put together, but it's not a lasting title. It's not something people are going to remember years down the line.
Just
that new Zelda game's sick, but remember Mario Maker? The reason to own a Wii U?
Listen, I still remember Mario Paint Composer.
Oh god.
I use it sometimes.
On the Game Boy?
It might be the best.
I'm not sure, but it might be. Mario teaches typing. In other news, Konami fixed something!
That's not true.
This is Bizarro.
That's impossible.
Konami has fixed the game-breaking bug in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, that was quick.
That was really fast. Yeah, they did that in a few days. So good job, Konami. You did something video game related right.
You've proved yourselves to be much better than who released the Arkham game. Is that EA?
Which Arkham game?
The newest Batman one that just super crashed on PCs.
God, yeah, I think it's EA.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I kept wanting to say Arkham Origins, and I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah, that's the other one that wasn't even by the same studio. So yeah, that has been fixed for the PS4 and Windows PC editions of the game as of the 14th, and the other platforms would be following soon after that. They announced. So if anyone didn't know, if you brought the Sniper NPC Quiet as a companion on a certain 2 missions, it would make your save file completely corrupt and unusable.
Oh.
So it's that was really bad. And they put up a highlight on their login screen when you go into the game that says don't do it. Don't bring Quiet with you on these missions. So, but I'm glad they fixed it so quickly. That's very cool. Other Nintendo news. I had these stories out where we should have reported on this right after Star Fox.
Oh!
Because Nintendo's big announcement on the 14th was that they have actually named their next company president.
Yeah!
Mr. Tatsumi Kimishima.
That's such a great name.
That's a great name. Kind of Yakuza sounding.
No, but so this guy's interesting. He used to be the head of human resources
He
at
looks
Nintendo.
Really serious.
He looks really serious. And just like a middle-aged CEO type guy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because that's not who Nintendo usually hires.
It's weird to see him in this picture next to Satoru Iwata. Because Iwata looks so personable and cheery, and this guy just looks really mad.
And it's funny because that guy's the head of human resources.
Yeah. That's Japan.
Yep.
So he's the 5th person to hold the title of president in Nintendo's 125-year history. They do not change presidents often.
No. And he had been the president of Nintendo of America between 2002 and 2006.
So Reggie took over.
Yeah. So. What some people are speculating, because this guy does seem just like a very sort of serious kind of manager type guy.
Yeah, he worked in banking before he got to Nintendo.
What some people are suggesting perhaps might be the plan is that they do want to have more of a creative in this position, but they don't have anyone quite ready yet because they didn't expect the sudden death of Iwata. So this guy would sort of be a caretaker for the next...
He's the
couple of years,
president.
Yeah, and
until Shigeru Miyamoto matures.
How much more can he mature?
You have no idea.
I mean, his mind is certainly not going to mature. That's never going to happen. if it hasn't happened yet.
It's exciting that they've named a new president. We have seen almost no news from Nintendo since the passing of Satoru Iwata. So,
well, we saw the Pokemon news.
Yes,
that was big news.
But there hasn't been much though, and they haven't done a direct.
Oh, that's true.
Since
this guy's not someone I want to see in a direct.
Or is he?
That's
what remains to be seen.
Maybe he actually is like really funny and personable, and he just doesn't look it, and that makes it even funnier.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to do a direct where he's just like super goofy.
That would be amazing.
That would be great.
Nintendo, please pleasantly surprise
Please do that, Mr. Kimishima. I hope you're funny.
I hope you are as fun as your name suggests.
Yes. Cool news coming out of Nintendo. I am eagerly awaiting the next Nintendo Direct, kind of because of this, because I want to see if he's even in it. There's the other thing, do you think he'll even be in
it?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just all Reggie all the time.
All Reggie and all Shiggy. Shiggy Diggy. Talking about Star Fox not coming out.
Oh.
Guess who else did something right? Besides Konami? EA!
Again, shocking.
Bizarro week.
None of this makes any sense.
This is so weird. So EA, on the 17th, announced that Star Wars Battlefront is getting, or I guess they announced the beta a little while ago, but they still don't have a date for this upcoming beta, but they have announced the beta of the new Star Wars Battlefront game will be open to everybody. It's not going to be a closed beta. It's going to be out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Windows PC.
Ooh.
The moment it's available, anyone on those systems can download it and play it. It's going to consist of both offline and online modes, which is different for a beta.
Nice.
And it will include co-op and split screen co-op.
Oh my god.
Don't pinch me.
I'm making sure we're not dreaming, Dan!
I know! But seriously, don't pinch me.
Okay.
I'm excited. I wasn't excited for this game until right now.
Do we have a proper thing on the soundboard for this? And don't just throw up the air horn again.
I wasn't going to throw up the air horn again.
You always throw up the air horn.
Oh, ye of little faith. Where is the thing?
I don't know.
Where's the window?
Windows, what have you done?
Where's the window going? Radio DJ. Where are you, Radio DJ disappeared. I can't use the soundboard, it's gone. It's still open and doing
Yeah,
things.
I'm hearing the audio through it.
It's still going. So that's fine, I guess.
Well.
Cool.
Thanks, Windows 8.
So I'll simulate the sound that I was going to play.
Oh, the cat sound.
The cat sound.
Good choice.
Or pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Let's kick shell. So yeah, this is the most exciting news about this game so far. Everything I saw of it, I was like, oh, well, this game looks great. Too bad I don't care unless it has split-screen multiplayer.
Exactly.
And now it does. So now I care. Terrific. I can enjoy a Star Wars game again.
I need to look at the system requirements for this, because the system if I can run this on my PC, you better believe I'm going to be running that beta on my PC.
Oh, yeah, it looks nice. Graphics are really pretty.
I probably don't meet them.
So you heard of a game called Destiny, Lex?
I don't think I have. That sounds like a niche indie title.
Yeah, it's pretty new. It's it just came out.
Not
many people have been playing it yet. It's by a small studio that nobody really knows about.
Yeah, I think I was telling you I was visiting friends in New York last weekend, and one of them started playing Destiny. And
and everyone was like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Look at this loser.
And then one of my other friends was like, "What's really interesting about Destiny is you can describe the entire plot by just saying it's the kind of thing that would be written in the back of an emo high schooler's notebook." I was like, yep, that's true.
So Destiny's new expansion, The Taken King, came out a couple days ago, and I found a little funny Polygon article about how this author, the author of this article, Ben Kuchera, who writes a whole lot of stuff on Polygon, hit the new level cap in 3 minutes.
Ooh.
Of this expansion. And he did it by taking a bunch of bounty quests before the expansion came out, completing all of them, not turning them in, going to the store, buying a bunch of Red Bull, because there's a Red Bull promotion that boosts your experience points by 50% for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then logged in, put in his promo codes, and turned in all the bounties, and leveled up to the max level in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes?
I wanted to talk about this because I think it's gross.
Is it just because he had to buy a lot of Red Bull? I hope he didn't have to drink it.
Partly. It's partly that. It's also that Bungie is like, we want to make a long-lasting experience that you'll never forget, so we're going to leave in exploits that let you boost yourself to the new top level in 3 minutes.
But they had to promote with Red Bull, Dan.
I know, you have to buy a bunch of Red Bull to do it.
Yeah.
Which makes it totally okay, right? No, that makes it way worse.
That makes it way worse.
Like, this game is the most corporate, like, abomination of a video game I've seen in such a long time. This is worse than Cool Spot, the 7-Up game. For the Sega Genesis or whatever.
Is it worse than...
Or Pepsi Man.
Oh, is it worse than the Burger King games?
Yes.
I love the Burger King
games. The Burger King games suck, but they cost like $1 at Burger King.
And
it's not like you had to buy like 50 burgers to get one.
And one of them was Speak King.
And nobody thought those were going to be good.
No.
They were not AAA titles. Destiny seems to me like the biggest conspiracy of like squeezing money out of gamers. Buy the full game. Buy this year's expansion. Buy this year's expansion. Buy this year's expansion.
Buy Red Bull.
Buy these 2 expansions, actually, each year. Now buy Destiny 2. Buy all this Red Bull and Mountain Dew and Doritos to fund your Destiny character. Like, oh my god.
Jeff Neely shows up for a second and then walks out.
Oh, his nacho cheesiness.
Oh, no.
It's ridiculous. It's just bad. I don't like it. Stop. Bungie has just rigged up this whole corporate partnership with all these other people to have everybody be like, ha 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 ha, and smoke their big cigars and burn everybody's dollars while these gamers like splurge on Red Bull so they can level up faster. That's I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I just think Destiny's horrible.
Horrible.
It's absolutely horrible. It's a representation of everything bad in video games right now. Like it's so made by committee and like just
in good news, I looked up the system requirements for Battlefront and I can totally run it.
Oh my god.
I can run it on not even minimum, slightly higher than minimum.
Amazing.
I'm so excited.
Congratulations. I'm really happy to hear that. I hope you have a good time. Square Enix announced Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue for the PlayStation 4.
Okay, so we've been spending a lot of time making fun of how stupid that name is. And it is bad, but there are plenty of other JRPGs that we have made fun of on the show for having worse names than that.
I think it's the 2.8 that gets me.
Yeah. I mean, at least it makes sense, though.
It does, because they already did 2.5, and this is a re-release of, like, 3 other games.
Yeah.
So I get where it's coming from, but saying it just sounds... I mean, I know it's like, we also have, like, infinite undiscovery. So you have games like that, that's like, what does that title even mean?
Yes. That's not even a word.
It's a place in the game.
It's not a word. It's just YS.
It's also pronounced East. Clod. Jesus.
You uneducated plebeian.
Yeah. This guy doesn't even know East. Get out of my face. Get out of my podcast. You're talking about East right now. So this game, it's a HD package that includes Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which was the 3DS game, HD remake of the 3DS game, Kingdom Hearts X back cover, which is apparently a phone game?
Oh.
But a phone game that was Japan only that has plot-relevant information in it?
Oh.
Great.
That's weird.
That's really weird. Cool that we're only getting it now in the West. And Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage.
Oh, that's real bad. That's Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. That's real bad.
which is a up until now unreleased chapter from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep that takes place after the rest of the game and links to Kingdom Hearts 3, where you play as the main female character from Birth by Sleep. Yes. Kingdom Hearts X back cover is a new movie that tells the mysterious story of the Foretellers, connecting the earliest parts of the series' history, which is connected to the upcoming mobile title Kingdom Hearts Unchained X.
Dan, they're not prophets, they're foretellers.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, including Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage, is coming out in 2016 on PS4. Then you can buy Kingdom Hearts 3. Was that so difficult? You know, all this other stuff, and then what's the next one called? 3.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, I fucking hate Kingdom Hearts.
It's worn really thin on me over the past few years. So, who knows when 3's coming out? Not me. Here's an interesting announcement. Who knows who played Gravity Rush?
Not me.
I played a little bit of it. It's cool.
Oh,
it's actually
good.
a really neat game. It was on the Vita, which for anyone who doesn't know means life. And it was a Vita game. Cool little like action adventure game where you played as a girl with magic cat and gravity powers, and in like a weird pseudo kind of, I don't know how to describe the world. It's made up of all these floating platforms and pieces of cities and things like that. It's very bizarre.
Okay.
Cool art style, though. And the game at TGS was unveiled as a PS4 remaster. So the game's called Gravity Days in Japan, Gravity Rush over here. So this Vita game, like I said, getting remade for PS4. That's awesome. They also announced a sequel to it, which is also going to be on PS4. Coming in 2016, which, based on what I played of the game and I've heard of the game, is great news because it's really good. Not a lot of people have played it, so hopefully this will get it more exposure. And the fact that it's getting a sequel is just even better. That's great.
Cool.
Good news. Really excited. And I believe it's a Sony first-party title. Sony Japan Studio is the people who made it. So, and originally came out on the Vita in 2012. Oh, excuse me. And the director's been hinting at a sequel, like, since its release. So it's a long time coming, and a lot of people, I think, who played it were hoping for something like this. And in America, the game will be titled Gravity Rush Remastered. So look for that, especially if you have not yet played it. Dark Souls 3 is coming out next March in Japan, March 24th.
No American date?
No American date yet. Might be the same day. This happened with Bloodborne, too.
Oh, really?
Bloodborne had a Japanese date, and then a month or so later, they were like, it's coming out then in America, too. And then they both got delayed by a month.
Distribution problems.
Distribution problems, I'm sure. So that's cool. They had a bunch of it playable at PAX and TGS. People seem to really like what they played of it, so I'm looking forward to it. And knowing that it's by Mr. Miyazaki again, Hidetaka Miyazaki, unlike 2, makes me really happy because 2 feels like the odd one out because of his presence not really being felt in its development, I think. On that note, they also announced the Bloodborne expansion pack.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. This is very cool news.
Come out in November. It is called Bloodborne: The Old Hunters, and it looks really cool. The preview looks sweet, even though all it really shows off, it mostly shows off new weapons in the preview. It shows off one new boss and a couple snippets of some new areas, and that new boss looks freaky.
What a gross, freaky boss in Bloodborne! Crazy!
Shock! If I had a soundboard, I'd play air horns right now.
That's something we need for the soundboard. Somebody going, what?
Oh, yeah, we totally do. We still haven't gotten the lady going, me so horny.
I'm not gonna get that.
That one's funny.
No.
It's like one of those terrible morning radio shows. Oh, I hate those. It's like the most obnoxious thing.
I hate those. I want to be them.
I do. I have the chance. I need to know what it's like. Yes, they confirmed it's going to feature 10 new weapons, which is a lot, because I think that's about how many weapons were in the base game already. And it's like melee weapons. Like, there's not that many weapons in the game, so that's a big addition. There's cool stuff in the trailer. There's a bow and arrow that turns into a sword. There's a big, like, buzzsaw axe that seems pretty awesome. So, a lot of it looks really neat. And they said also originally it's going to come out. It's going to be $20, November 24th release. They also said it was originally planned to release it as 2 separate DLC sets, but during development, the dev team decided that if they combined it all into one, they'd be able to do a whole lot more with it, and be able to give the players like a more fulfilling experience than they would have releasing it as 2 separate things, which I think is cool. I like that we're just getting one big thing. And if it's anything like the DLC for Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, actually, because Dark Souls 2's DLC was spectacular.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you had
Dark
reviewed
Souls
it, right?
2's DLC is like the best part of Dark Souls 2, which is weird. But the DLC areas are by and large the best areas of that game. So if it's anything like that, people have good stuff to look forward to. I would say the Souls games DLC has been a cut above most games' DLC packs, for sure. Aside from stuff like maybe Far Cry Blood Dragon, like that, it's right up there with that as far as like the cream of the crop DLC that all other DLC should aspire to be like. So, good stuff.
Nice.
Oh my god! Have you ever wished that Geralt from The Witcher was a samurai playing Dark Souls?
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw the picture. I don't know
because
what
it looks
this is
exactly like him.
Yeah.
So this is a game called Neo, which is a game that apparently was originally supposed to release on PS3, but is now a PS4 title. That was also shown off at TGS. They showed a little gameplay demo of it and stuff, and you play as this samurai demon hunter guy, and you fight monsters.
And he looks extremely European, even though he's a samurai.
That's because he is a blonde-haired, half-Japanese samurai. Half-Japanese. You can tell because he's blonde. Because everyone who's half-Japanese is blonde. That's how you know.
This is just like that movie, The Last Samurai.
Yes. Interestingly, though, this game is based on an unfinished movie script by Akira Kurosawa.
Oh.
Which is very intriguing
That is
to me. And I didn't expect it. I watched the gameplay demo of this before I knew that, and I read that and was like, seriously?
I call shenanigans because Akira Kurosawa would not make a main character who's half Japanese with blonde hair.
Maybe not. We don't know how.
He was an actual artist. He wouldn't do something that dumb.
Fair point. I'm curious how much of his script is in this game. Because they say it's an unfinished Akira Kurosawa script. How much of this is really him? Because the idea of an Akira Kurosawa video game tantalizes me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm really curious to know how that shapes up. Although, from the gameplay I saw, it kind of just looks like just Dark Souls in Japan. But you're playing as The Witcher.
You're playing as The Witcher.
Because, man, does that look like Geralt. Like, it's unbelievable. Team Ninja is the ones who took over development of it back in 2010.
Oh, wow.
So this game has been cooking for a while.
Well, I mean, you did say it was originally for the PS3, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's expected finally sometime in 2016. I think Team Ninja's a good fit for this, because based on Ninja Gaiden, they can clearly do good stuff.
Yeah.
With this style of game.
They'll have good action.
For sure. And now Itagaki's not there anymore. He's off making... we never talked about Devil's Third. We talked about it before it came out, and how we thought it looked horrible and
I didn't even know that it came out.
Nobody knew it came out. You know what also happened with it? It got like 3 out of 10 review scores across the board.
Oh.
The game sucks. Called it.
Called
is
it.
all I'm gonna say. Nothing in any preview for that game made it look remotely good or interesting. But people were all hyped for it. Man, there's so many announcements. Oh god. Vanillaware. You guys know them. They made Muramasa, the Demon Blade. They made Dragon's Crown. They made Odin Sphere. They're making the re-release of Odin Sphere next year.
Yeah.
They announced a brand new game. And actually recently, to tie in with this, they were asked what their next project might be, and George Kamitani, their like creative head guy, head artist and everything, said that he wanted to do something sci-fi.
Oh.
And a lot of people thought that sounded really interesting because we've never seen their art style used in a science fiction setting.
Cool.
It's always been fantasy.
Yeah.
So this new game that they revealed at TGS is called 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which is going to be a PS4 and PS Vita game. I don't think it has any set release date. Oh no. January 14th in Japan and later next year in the West. Cool. Oh no, that's Odin Sphere. This article just brings up Odin Sphere at the end. Zero Call Polygon from the 15th. The game is set in what looks like a sort of post-apocalyptic Tokyo.
That's never been done.
This has never been done before. It's never been done before with this art style.
Okay.
That's for sure. It looks really pretty, as is expected. And you look like you're playing as Japanese teenagers with cool robots. It's
also never been done.
Also never been done before. It's a mecha game, apparently. But like almost nothing is known about it because all we've seen is this first trailer. But I'm definitely like intrigued by what they're going to be doing with it because these robots look super intense.
Yeah,
and it kind of gives me a Big O vibe, which I'm digging because they're very big and very slow. And seeing Vanillaware's art style used for a science fiction thing like this is weird. It's not bad.
It's different.
It's really different.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool. I like that they're branching away from the fantasy-styled stuff they've been doing for such a long time now.
You should post this trailer on our Facebook so that all of our fans...
Yeah!
All of them.
All of them.
Can take a look at this.
Yeah, Atlas is publishing it. So... Yeah, that's another thing to look forward to. I'm definitely excited about that. The Last Guardian also made a weird appearance at Tokyo Game Show.
Sort of an appearance.
Sort of an appearance.
Kind of. You can't play it, but you can go up to a big TV screen and watch a looping video of the chimera creature that is your best friend in The Last Guardian, in a cage, really wanting to get out of that cage because it was like, hey man, don't leave me locked up in here. And you're like, man, I'd love to let you out, but this isn't a playable video. And then you don't, and it's just really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, when you frame it like that, yeah, it's really depressing.
Yeah. It's like this game desperately wants to be played, but they're not letting you play it.
Yeah, they say all these tweets too, like, pop in our booth and communicate with Trico. Like, go look at him in his cage. Isn't this fun?
Isn't it fun to see this majestic animal chained up?
Oh no. It's really depressing.
And apparently you can also go around the corner, and their booth they have playing the trailer and other gameplay stuff that they showed at E3.
Yeah. They had playable stuff at E3 too. So I mean, it's coming out next year in theory, so I guess we'll get more actual gameplay at some point. I'm wondering how much of this is intentional on their part because they want to keep the game mysterious too.
I assume so. It just seemed like such a weird way to do it.
Really weird. But I feel like their part of it is that they don't want people to know too much about the game before its release. They want it to be a very mysterious, engaging experience when you first pick up the game and start playing it. Like they're going to show huge gameplay chunks before it comes out and spoil things for you. Especially since it looks like it might be more linear than Shadow of the Colossus was.
Okay.
To me, at least. It looks like more like Ico, where you're kind of running along a set path through these levels. Especially with the way then moving through it collapses things and stuff. It seems to me like you maybe can't go back very often. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be more open than it looks. Speaking of open world games...
Oh, no.
Guess what the new Final Fantasy 15 news is? If you guess that it's stupid, you're right. Amazing. I've talked many times about how much I got angry when I saw random people in polo shirts barbecuing at their RV with their plastic lawn chairs while Final Fantasy Man ran by to hunt a giant demon monster to get money so his sexy mechanic could fix their car.
Did they tone down the sexiness of the mechanic?
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
She's still not in many screenshots, though. They showed off fishing, fighting, and chocobos.
Now, these are all things that you would say, like, oh, in a typical Final Fantasy game, cool, fishing, fighting, and chocobos. Those are hallmarks of Final Fantasy.
Also a giraffe.
But the way you watch this, and it does not make sense.
It just looks weird. It's just like the barbecue people.
Because all of these guys are riding around in, like in the chocobo screenshot.
Yeah.
It's the landscape is like it's
very normal looking.
Yeah. I mean it's subtropical sort of, but it's still not weird or fantastic at all.
It looks like Florida or something.
Yeah, and the guys are all like they have anime hair, I suppose, but they have fairly toned down anime hair. Like all their hair normal colors.
Their outfits are rather understated for Final Fantasy.
Super understated. Nowadays. They just look like they shop at Hot Topic.
Yeah. They got the high tie boots and black jackets and cargo shorts.
But they're riding chocobos, which is this ridiculous, fantastic chicken creature.
And the chocobos look super goofy.
Yeah, like the screenshot is so bizarre.
And the next one's even weirder. It's the main character guy catching a bass.
With a normal fishing pole.
A normal fishing pole.
Normal fish.
Like the Master Angler 5000 that you go pick up at Radio Shack. Or whatever.
And there's a guy with a tribal arm tattoo next to him.
And he's like, dude, sick bass.
And then Cloud is coming in from the side.
To get his eyes on that fish.
Yeah.
And they're just in like the mangrove swamp, like fishing.
There's nothing interesting about it at all.
It's not even a fantasy fish, it's a bass.
It's a bass.
I hate this game.
Scroll down, let's see what else we got. We got
Lady Girl and Mystery main character man.
Both in totally average settings.
Yeah.
With really good lighting, I guess.
The lighting is actually very nice. The graphics are very nice. They look really good.
And
their anime hair has never looked better.
This even actually makes me more angry that it's not a fantastic Final Fantasy setting because of how pretty it is.
Yeah, like imagine what they could be doing with like more like magical looking settings and things like that.
Come on, you guys.
Or even more science fiction-y looking settings. Everything just looks so normal. It's bland.
I mean, I guess what you can say is this is a super new direction for Final Fantasy because they're always really out there with their settings.
Yeah, but I have a bad feeling that this game's just going to end up being boring.
Oh,
yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm posting this picture of
bass, that sick bass,
that sweet bass, to our Facebook also.
Right, dat sweet bass. Then hashtag sweet bass. Hashtag FF. Wait, what is it? 15, right?
Huh?
Is it FF 15?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should probably hashtag it with the actual thing it is. Final fishing.
So yeah, it's weird. The whole thing is weird. The whole thing is just like super bizarre. It will never stop bothering me until they change it. The screenshots for that game just make my head hurt.
So dumb.
And also, even the concept in the last gameplay demo was like, you guys, let's go hunt a behemoth. this giant lion bull horror beast because we need money to fix our car. Our car broke down on the side of the road, bro. How are we gonna finish our bro road trip? Oh, look, a sign. Somebody needs a behemoth killed. We could do that. It's like they're picking up a part-time job. It's like there's a bunch of hip teenagers in the summer, like, oh, behemoth killing, we need to make some money for beer. Like, it's so dumb.
It's dumb.
And they all have stupid names.
Oh, don't they? Yeah, they have
Gladiolus.
super Roman names. I forgot about that.
Noctis and Gladiolus.
So I think what we can say, though, is there's been a lot of news out of TGS.
Yeah, way more than PAX.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff about TGS, the number of vendors that were there.
Yeah.
We found out that it had 2,000 booths, over 2,000 booths, and 480 exhibitors, which is quite a bit. And I guess it kind of speaks to the idea that conventions just sort of keep growing, and I don't know when that bubble's going to burst, but it hasn't burst yet.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There was something else I wanted to say about it. I can't remember what it was. Did you? You don't have this article. I think I sent it to you in an email.
Oh,
if you wanna check that out.
Let me go snatch it.
But there was also a thing. I think it was blah blah blah. Bloomberg Business wrote.
More about the Chinese game market.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, wrote a really interesting article on September 16th about Chinese game market and how now that ban is lifted, it's not just that people are going into China to sell their stuff, but China is now going into other places.
Oh, interesting.
And it pointed out that in terms of the sort of size of the gaming market, the U.S. remains the biggest one, but Japan was number 2 for the longest time until about 2009. When China passed it. China, which surpassed Japan as the second biggest economy in 2009, is still playing catch-up in the video game industry. So, they're trying to tap into that sweet, sweet Japanese mobile market.
Yeah. It says that they are... My cat's playing with paper.
I like how we looked over at your cat and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Just walked out.
She stopped immediately. Japanese mobile developers, including Sony Corp, Gree Incorporated, and Gung Ho Online Entertainment, are using this convention. They're doing a big convention. No, it's going to be a Tokyo Game Show. They're... promoting Shometsu Toshi, which I've never heard of, but also Puzzle and Dragon for Chinese distributors.
Yep.
And I know Puzzle and Dragon's like a really huge mobile game over there right now, which also got a DS release recently. They're pushing that Japanese mobile market super hard. All this stuff is catching on really fast.
It also
in China now that they can do it.
This also mentions sort of like the install base idea of the mobile market, where in China you have the console ban is lifted, so now consoles are coming in, but people had always had smartphones.
Yeah.
So now that their sort of game industries can interact with each other, a lot of Japanese companies, Japanese companies are like, oh, well, you already have this platform, so let's sell you stuff on it.
So that people won't have to buy a console to get started with all this stuff now that it's available to them. That's very cool. I'm still waiting for, a Chinese... excuse me, I'm so yawny. Video game console that's not that one we looked at last week or the week before. I can't remember what it's called.
The Ouyo?
Ouya.
Ouya.
The Ouya. We need something that's not the Ouya, like an actual Chinese console would be really interesting.
That would be good.
But yeah, very neat.
I also have one non-Tokyo Game Show story. Do you have any more Tokyo Game Show stuff?
I have 2 more Tokyo Game Show
Okay, we'll
things.
do those and then I'll do this mine real quick.
Street Fighter V announced another returning fighter, Karin Kanzuki, who is a character from Street Fighter Alpha 3. Also, I didn't mention it, but earlier this week or last week, they announced another returning fighter who is a wrestler named R. Mika, and she is She looks weird. But she has some cool moves. She's got some cool like wrestling stuff going on where she can pull out a microphone and do like a promo.
Did she have kind of a luchador type outfit?
Yeah. She has lots of cool like throws and stuff. And now this new Karin character seems to be kind of a really, really fancy kickboxer with a lot of really complex inputs to chain together special moves and things like that. And she's really cool looking. Armika and then the brand new character Rashid, who they showed very recently, I don't think looked that interesting. But this returning character, at least, I didn't play Alpha 3, so I don't really know what she was like in that, but she looks really cool redone for this game.
To be fair, Rashid looked cool when he went Super Saiyan.
Yes.
But prior to that, he looked dumb.
I think his design and his fighting style is kind of bland compared to some of the other stuff we've seen coming out of this game. Did you see the alternate costume for Ryu where he has a super manly beard?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god. I'll pull up a picture of it. Right after I talk about Persona 5.
Persona 5!
So there's a big Persona event at Tokyo Game Show.
Of course.
Or there is. I think it's going to be happening soon. I don't think it's happened yet. But they showed the new trailer for the game earlier.
Yep.
Trailer looks great.
Yep.
Trailer looks super awesome. Game's delayed till 2016.
Oh.
Summer 2016. Oh. In Japan.
Oh.
It is no longer getting a simultaneous release.
Who knows when it will come out in America.
Fall, they said, but that still seems like... So, awesome. The game looks really good. We're not getting it for a while. Whereas up until very recently, we were led to believe it would be coming out this year still in Japan and North America. Up until like really recently. So this is kind of disappointing news. But I'll get over it because the game looks really good. So
it does look really good. I saw that trailer.
It's snazzy.
Oh, it was good.
Wow, that style, man. So yeah, why don't you take us in this next...
I remembered I had one last thing to say about
One last
Tokyo Game
TGS
Show.
thing. So much TGS news.
I posted this to Facebook actually just because I thought it was funny. The Wired did this quick little blurb today about how their mobile game booth, or their mobile game like section, has this booth for a game called Grand Blue Fantasy.
Uh-huh.
And like many Japanese RPGs,
there's an
airship. So they had a full-sized version of the airship at their booth.
Jesus.
And you could actually go onto it and walk around the deck and stuff.
I didn't realize you could actually walk on it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
A fully functional airship.
Well, fully functional?
Yeah, not really.
Does it actually fly around?
That would be sweet.
Amazing. That's really cool.
But it was one of the little blurb says, like, so were you wondering if free-to-play mobile games made a lot of money in Japan? Now you know.
For real. But seriously, look at Ryu with the beard.
Oh my god, he looks great!
Doesn't he look awesome?
He's not wearing a shirt.
He looks so burly.
He's gonna go wrestle a bear later.
So manly. Or one of those sheep. This was along with other like alternate costume announcements for Street Fighter V. That are going to be like just in a costume pack. Nice. But Beard Ryu is definitely the highlight.
Yeah, that's great.
Of this costume pack. He looks awesome. So what else we got? We got anything else besides...
Oh, so I wanted to talk about... There's a game that we actually talked about when it was last October. When it was, I think, announced. This game called Rebel Galaxy.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
And it was from the people who founded Blizzard North and thus made Diablo 2. And it's sort of like... Actually, in terms of what you can do, it's actually very similar to that game, that really old Mac game that's 2D where you fly around in a spaceship. Now I can't remember the name of it.
Escape Velocity.
Yeah, Escape Velocity.
I love Escape Velocity.
Except it's like 3D and really nice, and
that's
it's like
way
a modern
better.
Game. But yeah, and the idea is you captain a ship, you fly around.
This looks like Escape Velocity in 3D.
It does.
That's totally cool, though.
Yeah, you can like pirate stuff, you interact with different people, you make alliances and trade and all sorts of things like that, and you upgrade your ship.
So this is Escape Velocity.
It's Escape Velocity. But so the guys who are making it, as I said, super good track record with games.
And they actually got a release date.
And they got a release date this week. So on September 16th, they announced that this is going to be released on October 20th. So
that's
very
awesome.
soon.
I'm totally going to look into picking this game up.
It's going to be on Steam. It's going to be on Good Old Games. This is going to be good. Also, it has very reasonable system requirements. I was looking them up.
They also say it's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and Mac later in the year.
Nice.
As well, which is even better.
So let's hope that this gets good reviews.
Yeah.
The other thing, if you watch the trailer, because they released the release date trailer, sort of continues the theme of the game that I love. That's similar to Firefly, if anyone's ever watched that.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're flying around the spaceship and there's just this great country western music blaring.
Nice.
About how, like, they're outlaws and bad men and stuff. Oh, it's good. So good.
That's really exciting. I've been waiting for, like, a good space game like Escape Velocity. Because Escape Velocity is fantastic, but it's super dated.
Oh,
now.
So dated.
That's the problem. It's so old now.
I hope
the most recent version of Escape Velocity is obscenely dated now.
I hope that in this, when you turn off your thrusters, you keep drifting like an Escape Velocity.
That's where you had to be like, I'm gonna land. I overshot the planet again. Oh, it's so goofy. And somebody shoots you with a missile, and you just go flying off into like one corner of the map. Escape Velocity was very cool. Spent so much time carrying metal between planets to buy a not crappy ship.
And that's what I hope to do in Rebel Galaxy.
I hope so too.
So what games we got coming out?
Oh geez, I don't even know.
What's the date today?
It is the 18th.
Oh.
Skylanders Superchargers comes out on the 20th.
Oh, okay. Blood Bowl 2 comes out on the 22nd.
FIFA 16.
Also on the 22nd. And Soma? Do I know what Soma is?
Is that the new... That's the game by Frictional, the guys who did Amnesia.
Oh,
that's coming out next week.
Oh man, I didn't even know.
I'm gonna buy that.
Oh, with the underwater
spooky robots and stuff.
The robots who think they're people.
Yeah,
that was so spooky.
I'm getting this.
Oh,
I didn't realize it was coming out so soon.
I'm looking forward to it. That's weird. I've seen like no stories about that.
No, just the initial announcement, and that's it.
Oof.
And 1 week from now, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
How nice.
If you wanted an Animal Crossing game with 20% of the content.
But wait, what about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5?
Excuse me, what?
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5?
I don't know a name by that name. You keep saying Flop. I've never heard of this game.
No,
what's Flop?
I feel like we did a story on this a while back, and they were talking about how, like, we just want to make it like 2.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's just 2 with, like, HD graphics.
I make that mean joke because I just didn't see this game doing well.
No, I doubt it.
It's not... If it ever was going to be time to revitalize the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater franchise, now is not the time.
No. It hasn't been long enough.
They announced it, and people were just like, okay.
Whatever.
There was no fanfare to that game's announcement. I know it got leaked by some caterer guy, but...
Whatever.
There was no fanfare to it.
Oh, yeah, that was the story. I forgot about that.
It got announced, and people were just like, alright, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, no one really cares.
I don't think anyone's going to really care, which was really sad.
And then also on the 25th, Grand Ages Medieval, whatever that is.
Well, the link takes me to a page for Grand Ages Rome.
This is what is that series called with Attila that you just bought?
Grand Ages?
No, the one you bought recently.
The Attila. Total War.
Total War. It looks like a Total War spoof.
Yeah.
I bet you I'm not looking at any screenshots,
it's like
but I bet you anything.
Right on the coattails.
Yeah, I bet you anything that's what Grand Ages is.
You're probably right. Oh, and World of Warships came out yesterday.
Yeah. I saw a review on Polygon.
I didn't look at the review yet, but I want to check the game out because I'm, like, interested. Oh, they're doing another anime tie-in with it.
Nice.
So, World of Tanks in Japan did an anime tie-in with Girls und Panzer, the game about little girls driving tanks and shooting live ammunition at each other.
They did that tie-in. That is the perfect tie-in.
It's really great.
Yeah.
I mean, they did voice packs where the voice actresses for the anime recorded all the audio clips for the game.
Nice.
For when you get hit or like fire at enemies and stuff. And you get special versions of all the tanks that were used in the show.
Almost as good as Rick and Morty doing voice packs for Dota.
But apparently there's an anime about battleships, sci-fi battleships called Arpeggio of Blue Steel, which apparently the CEO of Wargaming announced they're doing a collaboration between that and World of Warships in Japan. Because this guy, he's a big anime dude. Like, they did the Girls and Panzer thing because he loved the show. I know, so...
One of my friends who streams on Twitch all the time, I would say his username, but it's a bunch of binary, and I can't remember the order of the zeros and ones, so I'm not gonna. But he streams on Twitch, and he was one of my other friends who didn't see that we had done the story, but found out about the voice pack later, posted to his Facebook when he made a post saying, like, oh, I'm gonna stream. So my other friend posted in response to that, hey, if you download this voice pack of Rick and Morty, I'll actually watch your stream. And then the response he gave was, oh, they just did an update to Dota, and the way it's working is, like, a lot of the voice packs aren't working right now until they patch it again. And then my friend responded with, like, well, never gonna watch your stream.
Oh. Well, on that note, I think we're actually out of things to talk about. Which is good, because we're, like, right on time.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Still don't know where that software went. It's gone.
It's gone. It's open.
How will we turn off the stream? We don't know.
I tried to open a new window, and it's like, no, the program's already running.
Yep. You just can't see it.
So, until next week.
I'm Lex.
I'm Dan. And don't copy that floppy.
We broadcast live on Fridays from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.chipit.net.
Yep.
You can find a show archive on both chipit.net and on our iTunes. You can also find us on other social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Steam, and YouTube. So check all that out. We'd appreciate it. Interact with us.
Please go
check out that sweet bass screenshot. That sweet bass. But
I hope you enjoy it.
Until next week, remember, don't copy that floppy. Don't copy that floppy.